What's going on, folks? We're back. Some technical difficulties. We're back at it. Okay. So this is SandCity Saturday night, take 2. Do we need to do the intro again? I don't think so. We're going to pick up right where we left off. But let me just make sure that the... All right. Okay, we're good. We're back on the Twitter. Let me see. Got to reset. Refresh. These two fighters, man, they're getting after it. Credit. All right, we're back live. Stream ended. Now it's begun. Come on. Let's go Twitch. It's a good bout. It's a good, what the heck? All right. Twitter is good. A little bit of a delay, but we're here. As you can can hear that in the other program. And let me just try to get the Twitch right. Production issues galore. Make sure we're good across the board. Twitch, I don't know what to say. Gotta X you out.
I have some breaking news out of the FBI that I wanted to share with you.
No, I don't want to hear the breaking news. I want to hear the breaking news. I don't know where you came from. Trying to get this. All right. I'm just making sure that everything is where it needs to be. You guys know what time it is. All right. Twitch, who knows? Twitter is good. YouTube is good, and we're good, folks. There's quite a you know what this is. We're right on the precipice. Talked a little bit of college football. Okay. We had a really good bout. Two good fighters. Respect, sportsmanship from those two. This means the most to me. Guys showing respect, the two camps after the battle. You know, shaking hands. That means the world to me, frankly. Okay. Guys, two guys laid it all on the line in front of everybody. Pat Riley, there's only two things in sports. There's winning and there's misery. Okay, but to lose and still conduct yourself with class goes a long way. As far as I'm concerned. Stephen A is in the building. Stephen A is in the building. So who's who tonight? Tony Gonzalez. Oh, you seeing what I'm seeing here, folks? We got the coaches. Rich Paul, Ty Lue, Chauncey, Sam Cassell. That George Gervin? No. Excuse me. Tommy Hearns. Dave Chappelle. What? You're seeing it like I'm seeing it. Hey, shout out to Netflix. This stream is strong. Tracy Morgan in the building. Sharice Theron. She's straight face. Jamie Foxx. It's 12:20, folks. I got it. You know what I mean? Mark Wahlberg doing the announcement. What is Netflix doing? This might be, in terms of the show, we have a show right now. And I got to tell you, I'm confident that these two guys are going to go out there and put on a show. The previous two fights were good fights. So these guys, they're locked in. They are locked in right now. As we go through the promo and the hype, and I'm saying it's not going to be 12:30. It's not going to be 12:30. I have to do all the promotion. Probably 12:45. Hope it doesn't get pushed to like close to 1. A half an hour of pomp and circumstance, but it might. So we're here for it. Canelo, Bud, SandCity is in the building. Okay, don't know what happened the previous stream. Conked out for whatever reason. We right back at it. So the socials are adjusting. We have 2 that are locked in. Okay, and we're waiting for the main event. It's going to take some time. It has to be built up. In the meantime, in between time, hey, me Costa, Sue Costa, anybody that's out there in television land, I know it's later on a Saturday, but for the marquee events, you make the time. So I know that people are up, people are taking this in, and so SandCity Sports is in the building as well, and so hey, jump in. Okay, so as we wait, Talk College had, let's get, okay, and we dealt with the technical difficulties, but I'm energized, I'm motivated. Don't always like to do episodes like this where it's split up, but there's no way I'm gonna let a technical difficulty, and so that's how it has to be. This is gonna have to be a part 1, part 2 pod, so be it. But the whole focus and gist is to be here for the marquee event, and so not turning that down for any kind of technical difficulty, not leaving the passion project at all, because of what you got to go through. It's minor things. All right, but I want to finish with college football. Then we'll do some NFL. Then we'll do the play-by-play for the mega fight. Look, the proof's in the pudding, right? So Arch Manning, his slow start, not lighting up the college football world as I predicted him to do. That to me signifies the 4-year plan that was rumored, was expected, was probable, possible, however you want to put it. Arch deciding to sit out the first 2 seasons while being the number 1 ranked quarterback in the country. He could have started for a number of teams, right? And look, he was top 5, top 3. I believe this year he's number 1. But over the last 2 years, he's been at least top 10, if not top 5, highest paid college football athletes as a backup. Right? His NIL bag surpassing Quinn Ewers, the starter. Okay? So, if he's just a backup and he's not, then you don't give him that NIL bag. They got commentators on commentators. I heard Max Kellerman doing his thing. Now they got this whole other team. Netflix is doing it. And first of all, what they're doing is they got their streaming right, so we don't have the glitch. Glitches on glitches. That's one thing. Now, come on, now stop it. Okay, your man Bezos with Amazon Prime, they don't play that. Bezos with Amazon Prime don't play that. All right, so Netflix, you're gonna do these things. You got to have it. So because people are tuned in, you got to have the extra. However y'all do it with the servers, you got the cables going underneath the oceans. Whatever you're doing, get it right. Okay. Don't pay all the money, and then not have the broadcast be what it needs to be. Do your pre-production work, next Netflix. It seems that they've done that. In terms of Arch Manning and his pre-season work, meaning the 2 years he sat out to get ready for this season, looking like he's on a 4-year plan. All right. Getting the hands wrapped up, so on the 4th. It's real, man. You see the team around individuals as they step in, you step in alone, but you're not alone. But it's mano y mano. So, but I love in these marquee just to see all that goes into it. The people that surround you, supporting you, and there's nothing like it. So it's been being built up. Long story not so long in terms of Arch Manning, right? The slow start surprises me. He had not the 1 redshirt year, but the 2 years to process, learn, and be right there. Where in my view, he could have been getting those reps if he so chose. He wanted to do it this way. Bottom line, it looks like he's going 4th. So this entire March for Arch narrative in the NFL, it is early. We talked about Ohio State and how they caught fire. People forget it was a back and forth season until the end of the season. College football playoff, excuse me. And once they got it going on, it was over. Right? So it's still early yet for Arch. He can have a gangbuster second half of the season, and then this will be a distant memory. Nonetheless, my view was that he was going to come in and do something historic. He had the talent. He did the apprenticeship. Okay, we were going to get something explosively dynamic, which is something is dynamic. It speaks to, so that's to say that's kind of overdone statement. Explosively dynamic. Like if something's dynamic, then it has something explosive. Then it's so I'm saying the same thing twice there. We can do a little bit better with that verbiage. But I was expecting blow your hair back type of production. And I'm not coming back off of that. Let's keep these receipts. Does that mean I expected him to be Marcus Dupree or Bo Jackson or Herschel Walker? Yeah. I expected him to be in that category. What number 1 overall prospect odds-on favorite first overall pick, sits out 2 years to learn and grow and get better. So it's an additional 2 years of just preparation and all of it just for these first couple games. Right? Whereas we've had situations, Trevor Lawrence goes to Clemson, and he's going to be there. He's going to be a backup for Kelly Bryant. Next year, he takes it over as a sophomore and go. But he got there. Dabo's, we got to play this guy. He's clearly and definitively the better quarterback, if we remember. I believe that was Clemson's last natty. Trevor Lawrence comes in as a freshman and not to be denied. True freshman. Exceedingly difficult at the time for Kelly Bryant, who put his work in, who was a very capable, competent, national championship caliber quarterback. But Dabo saw it. The staff saw it. They made a decisive move. Trevor Lawrence goes on to be number 1 overall pick. I think the Jaguars, who've had some ups, who've had some downs, are a very dangerous team. Shout out to Travis Hunter, who's on my fantasy team and of whom I'm a big fan. Has a positive attitude, outlook, approach. Now we're talking about Davis versus Jake Paul. Come on now, man. Secure your bag, but I can't trust those fights. Bigger fighter versus the smaller fighter, but stop. That's a situation as these gentlemen get ready to. Ooh, I didn't know Bud was undefeated. And Cinnamon got 2 L's, but I didn't know Bud was undefeated. Shout out to Bud. This is serious, man. Him going up. Arch, hang in there. See, I'm like giving him a pep talk as if. All right, it's taking time. Nothing wrong with it. I thought it would be immediate. Okay. Follow-up to that is, will he turn the corner at some point this season and start lighting teams up? Or is it going to just be incremental? I mean, they're obviously stacked roster. You start the season off number 1 overall in the country. So, you have tremendous talent. Will they just be winning games on the strength of their talent, or will Arch at some point take over? Right? Remains to be seen. Past 12:30 on the East Coast. They haven't even left their locker room. So, over under for me is 1 o'clock. All right. The Netflix is, hey, we're already here. We're not going anywhere. This is when the advertisers got to make their money. So I don't know if the bell rings for round 1 before 1 o'clock. So this is going to be a 2 o'clock, a type of event. They should have planned this for when we turn the clocks back, so we could get that extra hour. But Started at 9. Main event at 1. Everybody's happy. Sounds like a plan. All right, let's go over to the NFL. Got to look at the Patriots and the Dolphins. All right, here. Production. Oh my goodness. Try to close this and the X will. Oh man. Funny business. All right. 1 o'clock start. As I can see it on my side. You guys can't see it. This doesn't want to close for some reason. So it can just stay there. Picture in picture mode. All right, great. Learn something new every day. Try to, you try to just X this thing out, but it's all right, I got the Dolphins. I've had the Dolphins. It is a Patriots 0-2 start. Terrible? No. Again, it's the team that won 3 games last year. Raiders, about comparable talent, well coached. We talked about this. Dolphins are a better team. They just are. A better team that had a players only meeting after week 1. Okay, with the coach on the hot seat, the general manager on the hot seat. So they're quite talented. They're not very much together. So believe they're a 2.5 point, field goal. As the cameras are up and band is playing, and again, 23 minutes. I don't know if we'll start. They might be after 1, with all the pomp and circumstance. Get your money. Okay, so the more talented team that's not together versus the less talented team with some concerns. Right? Everyone's picking the Patriots to do ABC, XYZ, and they lose a game where they are even, if not the favorite. So now they're saying, okay, so both teams are feeling the pressure. It's in Miami, home field advantage. Okay, these guys, they play each other being in the same division. So that, both teams know how to play, in each other's arena. Let's see, picture mode, close. I started Dolphins. I'm staying Dolphins. But for one of these two teams, like I said, Patriots, they lose. People might be disappointed, but it's going to take time. Everybody was overestimating, in my view, the team. It's going to take time. Now, Vrabel, if it's a close loss, good. If you get mollywhopped like the Dolphins did against the Colts of all teams, okay, now we're having history repeat itself in terms of the slow start that Gerard Mayo got off to and how he was treated. We'll see if it's the same for Mike Vrabel. I'm picking the Patriots to be in this game competitive, but lose to the more talented team. Miami, your players only meeting after week 1. Okay, we'll see how deep those cracks in the armor are. Because you lose 2 weeks in a row, start the season, when you were the favorite in both games, in a conference that's lights out, where good teams are going to miss the playoffs. I don't know what to tell you. You've eliminated all wiggle room for the season. Now you're going to have to go on the road to beat comparable or better teams. You have to be lights out. The Dolphins, their schedule is a tough schedule. So I have them getting the job done, but this game, come on, bothering me now. Oh boy, it'll drive you. These little things. This screen, normally it would close. Now it doesn't want to close. So is Bud bringing a guitar? All right, folks. Here we go. It's 12:40. We got one fighter heading to the ring. Serious faces, security, doing their job. Bud, he's got a curt smile. He's taking it all in. Takes a moment before entering the ring. He steps up. Serve it. Bud's ready. Bud is ready. Time for cinnamon. It's time for cinnamon. All right, folks. 12:43. So Again, over under of 1 o'clock. Seems about right. Another point about being a champion, fighter, Super Bowl champion, NBA champion, I feel a little bit less so. You have to be able to deal with the production of the event, right? It takes, and you go out there, okay, you're ready to go. It's like, hurry up and wait. It's like 3 or 4 or 5 stages of hurry up and wait in these marquee matchups. Which, that's why you make the big bucks. But just to maintain, it's all right, I'm ready to go. Okay, I gotta wait. I'm ready to go. Okay, I gotta wait. So how to just navigate. I'm sure this is all part of the pre-fight preparation. Fighters know what the schedule is going to be, so how they have to prepare themselves. But for me, I just say, all right, I got to wait, all this time. Then I go out, have my, then we got to wait a little bit more time. Then he goes out, then we got to have the, and then it's just so many ups and downs on the roller coaster before you have to keep yourself in order. Band is playing. Got the band going on. Got it muted. I might have to. You're listening to it. We got to get a little taste of what the hearing good music. From the motherland, Canelo's home country of Mexico. Shout out to Alliance Stadium, how they have the LED in the Canelo got him some belts. He's got the belts. He's got the flag. He's got the hood. All right. Once again, more pressure. on Canelo. If the fight's anywhere near close, expect a draw. Just because that's the current wayward ways of boxing. All these draws. You know, that's Michael Buffer. Hey, 12:49. I hear people in the neighborhood. Folks are up watching. Okay. We're waiting. We're live, so we can't. We got to get a little bit more active. We got to get a little bit more engaged here. Didn't realize both these fighters. Okay. Bud having the longer reach by a good amount. Looks, hey. Okay, so Michael Buffer doing his thing, making his millions. 12:50. We'll get started just before 1. I'm staying, Team Bud. Expecting, hey, this is gonna be something. We'll see. Can he win decisively? Are we talking about a possible knockdown, knockout situation? And okay, more pomp, more circumstance as we await the opening punches. I got this fight going the distance. Both these guys can throw and take punches. My expected outcome is a draw. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be a close fight. I don't know if the judges will allow Bud to win. I don't. Just from previous experience, I'm sorry. But he can lose. If Canelo has the upper hand, then they'll give the win to Canelo. If Bud has the upper hand, I predict a draw. That said, hey, buckle up. They're going to give us the fight that we paid the Netflix. Used to be $9.99. Now it's $19.99. I think we're going to receive the fight that we pay those monthly subscriptions for. I hope the real MVPs out there that provide Netflix for everybody else, I hope you're getting the chance to watch it. Netflix changed up their right? Whereas if there's a number of people are watching, you get X'd out. So you're the real MVP, but other people are watching on your account. Next thing you know, you can't watch the marquee event. So I hope you're able to take this in. As the pomp and circumstance comes to the very, very end of its long leash. It's good. Checking out Canelo's corner, his people. Many a belt. Flags waving. Stretching out his jaw. All the things you have to do to prepare yourself. Team behind him. Hey. Shout out to Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. Shout out to ESPN 30 for 30. Larry Muhammad. 12:55. So look like we're going to start it just before 1. Canelo, Bud, they're ready. Well, it's time for liftoff, folks. And we're off. Sizing each other up. Have the broadcast turned off, but nothing like watching a bout where you have a Teddy Atlas. Heard Max Kellerman calling it. Volume's down, so I'm not, but just to explain the science. Because right now, there's not too many punches being thrown, but so much being done. And these early feeling themselves out, feeling it. Both fighter, okay. Tentative to start. About 30 seconds, first round. You're watching it. I'm watching it. Feeling each other out, sizing each other up. To me, that's respect. Both fighters aware that their opponent is dangerous. And we're in for one. Okay. Uneventful in terms of punches and certainly power punches, but hey, both fighters getting a feel, getting a sense. Second round, now we can get into the fight proper. I feel like a lot of respect in that first round. Okay. The other knowing, you know. Bud landing some punches. Look at fighters being able to attack going forward. Dangerous in terms of their counter-punching ability. Canelo moving forward, dictating. Canelo advancing. Looks like Bud to me is the counterpuncher here, folks. Canelo taking it to him. Bud reacting. His defense is up. Canelo looking to feel like Bud's in his Indian defense. Use a chess reference. And Canelo is trying to find an opening. Some of my boxing friends already chiming in. Let me see here. My energy's gotta come up a little bit. We gotta get more energy. Need a snack of Rudy. On this pod. I haven't been doing what there's been a lot of too much dead air and everything else. So we're gonna get a snack of Rudy. All right, third round. Apologize for talking with, both fighters getting active. Okay. I'm going to have to look at how I'm doing this because some of the commentary, they're saying Canelo's not using his size. It's just a chess match rather than him imposing on Bud. See Canelo now, again. I'm not sure what that means by size because they're about the same height. And obviously the weight class, they came at the same weight. But yes, Bud used to fighting at lighter weights. Canelo naturally the bigger man. Again, Canelo advancing, cutting down the ring. Looking for his punch. Bud counter-punching. Bud. Boxing people out there, man. Strength against strength, speed against speed. Right? It's the type of fight people want to see. It's the type of fight we're being able to, we're being privileged with. I'm seeing Canelo dictating, but Bud counterpunching, getting him. Bud shaking. I feel like Bud has adapted to Canelo's power. That's hey. Say what you want to say. Canelo's the bigger man, so on and forth, but power, I feel Bud, he's not being overpowered. What are we? Round 4 coming up. Boxing folks say Crawford won round 3. Based off. See, that's where I wonder. He hit Canelo, he had some power, but the countering, Irvin Magic in the building. Bud getting more active. Bud's hitting him. We can see. Bud is hitting him. Canelo continuing to advance. Good jab from Canelo. Both fighters getting into their rhythm. For me, I feel like Canelo is moving forward more, dictating the action, and he's getting clipped with, these counters. Crawford looks comfortable. Keeps shaking his head. This is something that Bud's known for. Talking about he can take a punch. Now you don't want to take too many. He's getting Canelo with these hooks. Woof. Straight jab from Canelo. Straight jab from Canelo. My last Nakarudi. Mr. Paul in the building. Mr. Tyson. Everybody has a plan till they get punched in the mouth. Bud now cutting down the ring. Moving forward. Round 5. Almost halfway home. The chess match is on, folks. Respect for Canelo. He's moving. Felt like he's starting these engagements. Initiating is a better word. We'll see if Canelo can catch Bud with a counterpunch. I feel like Bud's been getting All right, folks. 5 innings innings, rounds. 2 snackaroodies for me. Nope, I haven't been. It's even. All right, you can maybe one fighter's up 1 point, another fighter's another point. I feel like Bud's landed more punches, solid punches, but Canelo is the one dictating the action. Boxing friends seem to think Canelo is fatigued going into round 6. Oh. Boxing friends have Bud up on the card. Deontay Wilder in the building. Who's not in the building? Canelo cutting off the ring. Jabs, Bud. Thing I like about Bud is he enjoys himself in the ring, smiling. Canelo more serious. That being said, Canelo, I don't know about more serious versus smiling. Canelo's the one dictating the action. Bud's responding. Canelo is initiating these exchanges. Again, talking about 2 guys that are going to give you a fight. Bud's speed, I think, has impacted Canelo. Canelo not yet able to get through Bud's defenses. I think both guys halfway through the fight. Then we're in for another 6 good rounds. Both taking some hits, received some hits. Oof. Bud's quickness been the decisive factor. Canelo continuing to move forward. Can he get up to speed with Bud's quickness? Put his combinations together. Canelo continuing. Again, Bud's landing. But Canelo, I give him credit for creating the fight. Canelo forward. Forward. We'll see if he can again. It's Bud's counters. Seventh round, winding down here. I'm saying draw, folks. See what the boxing folks have to say. seem to think Canelo needs to throw more. I feel like Canelo's been throwing more punches this fight. Folks out there in television land, as we come down the home stretch of the marquee event, I don't think it's disappointed at all. I have draw all over it. Neither fighter decisively outmaneuvering, outpunching the other. Tough sledding. Two champions. Sizing each other up. Bud throwing a couple more. Canelo continuing to move forward. Continuing to walk him down. Going to the body. Toe to toe. Bud's got a notable lead in punches landed. Again. Canelo staying on top of him. Canelo throwing. Bud responding. Eighth round winding down. Bud's landed more. Canelo's incited more. I still got a draw. Crawford smiling. Keeping his attitude, spirits high. All right. Canelo's brought the fight to Bud. Bud's had some good counters. Draw. I don't see Bud advancing towards Canelo and, I see Canelo cornering him. Occasionally gets hit with a counter, but it's a tough one. You want to talk about punches landed? Bud's landed more punches because he's always countering. My boxing friends seem to think Bud's ahead on the card. And here comes Canelo fighting and Bud hitting. And Canelo continuing to bring the fight to him. Canelo worn down, but still advancing forward. And we're back to it. Not sure what the violation was there. Again, Canelo coming forward. Bud getting him. Counter. I still got this as a draw. Say what you will. If Canelo was not advancing, then they would just be standing. There would be no fight. I feel like Bud has a, you're going to have to come to me. Bud feels like he's ahead on the card, so he's dancing now. Continuing to dance. Canelo continues to cut down the ring. I got to let my folks... I got to let my boxing folks know how I feel about this. Canelo has... All right, Canelo dictated the entire fight. Bud's... I got this one. They asked me what fight I'm watching. They asked me, say, what fight am I watching? Canelo moving forward. Canelo moving forward. Bud dancing. Canelo moving forward. Engagement. Counter. Three to go here. And we've seen the fight that we're going to see. Scorecard. Okay, Bud might be up in terms of punches landed. That's because, and he's landing those punches from a defensive position. Bud dancing, Canelo cutting down the ring. That's what we've seen all night. Couple punches, Bud dances. Couple more punches, Bud dances. He's not stopping and engaging. Now, maybe, few punches from Bud, dance. Good hook, good jab from Canelo. Some good sequences. Okay. Scorecard has Bud up. They stand, they fight. Bud with some power punches. No more dancing, standing, and fighting. He's getting Canelo. Okay. Now dancing. Bud's the fresher fighter. I like that he stood and fought. Bud doesn't look tired at all. Canelo looks a little bit tired. Nice uppercut. Bud standing, fighting. Canelo looks to be getting frustrated and tired. All right. So this 11th round. About a minute left. 11th round. I think Bud clearly won. He stood, he fought, he won. Dancing to close the 11th. Canelo advancing, Bud dancing. Decent counters. '11th to Bud. Good sportsmanship before the 12th. Again, what we've seen, Canelo. Bud stop. Woof. Bud looks fresher. Canelo advancing. Bud hitting him. Toe to toe. Bud clearly the fresher fighter. Canelo a little bit tired. Minute to go in the fight. Toe to toe. Center of the ring. Bud hitting him. Toe to toe. Center of the ring. Toe to toe. 20 seconds. I give Bud the 11th and 12th clearly. You're looking at it right now. Bud could fight a little bit more. Canelo looks tired. Strong finish. Bud finished strong. Bud more. Great sportsmanship. We'll see. Latter rounds, I preferred toe to toe. And Crawford outmaneuvered Canelo. We'll see what the scorecards say. My boxing people are saying it was decisive for Crawford. I think the latter rounds were decisive for Crawford. I think throughout the fight, Canelo came forward and Bud picked him off. We shall see. Here we go. Crawford, unanimous. Unanimous. It's a lot of belts. Kellerman the post game. Max Kellerman doing an interview. Everybody be safe tonight. Two good guys. They just seem like Okay, this has not been a great, I'm watching, I should be talking. I'm watching Max Kellerman with, doing the post fight. All right, summary. Great fight. Greater guys. Bud, Canelo. Two. They're what I receive from them is there's a goodness, there's a gratefulness, there's a courage, there's a respect. This was the best of the best. Bud was the better fighter tonight. I thought the fight was close. How the fight played itself out, I felt Canelo was moving forward, and Bud picked him off. But in the later rounds, they stood toe to toe, and Bud did well in those exchanges. Bud was fresher. Whether you're going forward, whether you're defending, I mean, in the arena, it's grueling. Can only imagine. Still got some volume. But there's no two ways about it. Bud was the fresher fighter down the stretch. Canelo was fatigued. Rounds 11, rounds 12, when they did, Bud's quickness, he got him. All right. It was unanimous decision. A lot of folks had it that way. I'm glad we didn't have any tomfoolery, any trickery. The better fighter tonight won. I am taken aback, okay, by the character of both of these fighters. There's only two things in sports. There's winning and there's misery. So Bud, he's gracious. When you win, you can be gracious and give it, because you've achieved something that people can't take away from you. Canelo, how he stood in this moment, huge support, huge match, losing. He stood in the same fashion as if he would have won. So I'm so impressed. Again, I go back, when Canelo fought Triple G, didn't feel like the first fight particularly was adjudicated how it should have been. The second two fights, okay, was not locked into those as much as the first fight. I thought the first fight, Canelo lost. They called it a draw. Fine. And that's really when I was locked in. I remember years ago when he fought Floyd, but he want to talk about courage, taking that fight, because Floyd was the seasoned veteran and Canelo was the up-and-comer. Right? So Floyd wanted to say, oh, well, you can't say that. Well, Floyd didn't wait a couple years and fight Canelo as he, when he was fully formed. He fought him when he was wet behind the ears. Let's just note that. But Canelo's saying, I believe in boxing. I'm willing to step into the ring and put it on the line and take the risks. I have more respect for Canelo's legacy than I do for other fighters. I'm going to leave it at that. Way more respect, admiration, appreciation for Canelo Alvarez's legacy than other fighters. Point, period, end of story. What we saw tonight that he put together, because again, he doesn't have to fight Bud. He's got all the belts. He doesn't have to agree to the mega fight. He could fight, this guy over here, that guy over there, wait a couple more years, let Bud lose a couple fights, let him get some, you know what I mean? He fought the best as they were ascending. He lost tonight. And what I felt was an outstanding match. he continued to go forward. Continue to, Bud's got power, Bud's got quickness. But Canelo dictated this fight. Tell me I'm wrong. He's coming forward all night, getting punched, still going forward. And what? You get clipped and you still move forward. Creating an outstanding match, an outstanding bout. Was he fatigued? Did Bud wear him down? Sure. He kept moving forward. Continued to move forward. And so in the composition of this fight, to me, let's say Canelo just, all right, Bud, you're kind of, let's say Canelo decided to let Bud move forward. Would have been a completely different fight. Maybe he wins on the counters. Waiting for Bud to come all the way to him, get him. I'm not saying that's the entirety of the fight. We did see toe-to-toe exchanges, which Bud won, notably in the latter rounds when Canelo was tired. But as the fight was developing, I didn't see as much toe-to-toe. I saw Bud repositioning, Canelo cutting down the ring. Bud repositioning, Canelo cutting down the ring. Now, after the ring's been cut down, you did get those exchanges. Bud did well in those exchanges. Fine. But just to make it crystal clear, Canelo is a class act. He's a class dude. Again, those who want to go back through the history and point out ABC, XYZ, go ahead. Tonight, class act. And how he fought and how he handled defeat and how he stood tall for boxing. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Canelo Alvarez's legacy is above other fighters. Period. End of story. You can say 63, 3 and 5. You can say whatever. 4 and whatever. His legacy is above other fighters. He was in the arena. And he gave the people what they wanted to see. Canelo, Bud, they gave the people what they wanted to see. And I don't see it continuing. Hold on. Let me get that correct. And I see it continuing going forward. Based on the character of these two individuals. Bud's got the belts now. What's the next mega fight? Who wants something? Who want this smoke? Who want the smoke? You understand? Let's get it. So, man, right? It's one of these situations you don't want either one of these guys to lose. You don't want to have a loser of this fight. Not that you want to draw and for people not to get their money's worth, but I got respect for both fighters. And how this bad boy went down. Okay, it was technical. It was precise. You know, you saw we didn't have a knockdown, a major, but these guys took punches and kept fighting. So, man, happy for Bud. Overwhelming respect for Canelo. And look, whether we see this again I'd like to see Canelo continue his career, take other fights, win those fights, but same thing. Do we need a rematch? I don't know. 35 and 37, they're already up there. Be different if it was 25 and 27, right? If we're talking 25 and 27, then let's do a trifecta. We can have a thriller in Manila if we're talking about younger guys. They're both towards the end. As you see some of the power punches being on display. So I don't know if we need a rematch. What we do need is a continuation of both of these careers, hopefully till they're 40. Yes, we need Bud to who's the next person? Is it a Spence rematch? Who's next? Who's next to come at Bud? Talk about it. You come at the Crown, you best not miss. Let's have that next mega fight. Younger guy, up and coming guy, whoever. But Bud is the class of the boxing world, no two ways about it. Spence, a champion. Canelo, a champion. He handled both. What'd he say? I put belt to behind. That what I do. That what I do. I put that belt to the behind. Feel it. But he does it in a way that's about boxing and about the sport and about the sweet science and with respect. I'm coming from the basketball tradition. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the research on both of these fighters to get into the nitty-gritty and all the rest of that stuff. But so far as tonight is concerned, this was for the culture. This was for the history. This was an outstanding match in the annals of boxing history. Come at me if you feel a certain type of a way. I said what I said. This was Sugar Ray Hagler, Sugar Ray Duran. This was Ali Foreman, Ali Frazier. Clay versus Floyd Patterson. What? It's a great night of boxing. Yeah, they're older but they gave us something we haven't seen. Okay? In order to get the greatest possible round in boxing history, Hearns and Hagler had to agree to fight each other. Tommy Hearns was in the building tonight. They had to say, let's get it on. Yeah, and somebody had to win and somebody had to lose. But we saw an outstanding historic fight. We did tonight. It's a beautiful thing. Tip my hat, respect to the new champion, Bud Crawford. Tip my hat again, equal respect to a great champion in Canelo Alvarez, who showed something. They both showed something, but to do it in defeat, whole different ball game. Both men are class. Let's see where we're at here. You know what it is, folks.